tucking this down, boom. And now, again, you can be up and look, or you can, in the subject of like fixing our ankle locks, okay? So the first way I showed you was what? It was the high and tight way, okay? My old coach, Josh, is the one who taught me how to do that, who taught this to me, right? Come around over here, so my right side's a little better. Just getting everything up, up of your chest. Everything's up high, right? Everything's high, 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 okay? And then I'm tucking this down, boom. And now, again, you can be up and look, or you can be down and drag. And I can get that with one hand. I would always support, but sometimes this hand's being fought off, right? So the second way of doing this that I think Tien's gonna like this more, a lot of shorter people like this, what I'm about to show you more. Instead of having it up tight,
you say in this class.
yeah, right? Having it up tight, awesome. There is something to be said about leaving this a little bit lower and finding your hip, okay? Which for us high calorie grapplers is a little bit harder. You guys, it'll be a little bit easier to find your hip bone, and you're gonna stab yourself in the hip bone area, okay? So you're gonna be down here. I still want you using this. I don't want you deep, that's too soft, and up here you're gonna give yourself arthritis eventually. So right about there, okay? The advantage of being down here on my hip, okay, is that basically my armbar muscles, you know, when you're breaking someone's arm through by breaking an armbar, those are going to be doing a lot of the work here. I still tuck my elbow in, okay? But now when my hip moves, it does the driving for me. Feel that? Okay. So the disadvantage here is it's a little easier for you to hand fight because my hand is that much closer versus it being up here. The big advantage of doing it down here, and Imanari does his this way, and I didn't want to argue with him, he's a legend, but I was like, man, I just don't do it that way. But him and Tex Johnson both said, well, the reason that it's down here is the hip drive, okay? And that's great too, especially if in the course of the fight, if I wanted to go here, but I wound up flat on my back, I can still, right? If I wound up top side, come around here, Tim. If I wound up over here, okay? If I stop him long enough, you know, I don't have the advantage of the elbow tuck and the pin, right? Remember that I want you to, I want you to pin, isolate, break. Pin, isolate, break. But in this case, I can't pin, but I can still isolate and I can still get a break if I can slow him down because I've got this connected to my hip, right? Right? So, play with both. I find that my shorter arm people are gonna like usually this a little bit more because you're used to having people hand fight with you anyway. Everyone's taller than you, everyone can grab you anyway. So, me as a very short heavyweight, I've had a lot of success going here lately versus up here. But there's still merit to this because he's gonna have a harder time fighting and the leg pin is easier up here because I can tuck that in and hide all this on the mat.
I felt like there was still a lot of control there, like just that it was almost like higher up on the foot, and I feel like it would be harder for me to try to kick through.
I think that's kind of my other point, I guess, but I know some people disagree with that. But if you feel like that, then you're a fucking black belt, man. Your opinion's fucking
One thing Dave was noticing on me is when you went high up and then pin, lose the heel really easily, as opposed to
Right, I feel like my entire foot
the
was
heel
not going
and
in.
pop out quick when it's up here versus down here.
So with the high version, you can actually do too much of a good thing. With the high version, you can do too much of a good thing. You can do it so well. You can get so high up, right?
Yeah.
And tuck so well that in the midst of the tuck, even if I get it all the way down, like now you're kind of thin, now you're losing. It's too much of a good thing, right? The reason I don't normally mind this on a straight foot lock is because I'm immediately getting my hips up, cock, and I'm there, right?
Yeah.
So I don't mind it, but if I wanted a straight foot lock, yeah, that's an issue. So this lower version might be a way to solve that issue for you. Just be aware the one negative is your hand's a lot closer for me to reach up and grab and hand fight.
Yeah.
Okay?
Cool. Yep.
Mess around with it. 1, 2, 3.